All right, I'm gonna take it back to school on this one. Am I the only one that has dreams that they're back in school? And it's just like I don't have my college degree anymore, and I'm almost about to get it, and I don't get it. Or like I'm taking like this important test, and it's just like I'm either late for the test or late for class. It's just crazy. Anyway, so grab your memo pads, grab your phone, notepad, notebook, however you want to jot these notes down. When we first went vegan, there's some things that I wish I knew then. So trying to help y'all out. So let's go. All right, before we start class, just want to shout out Choice Bison. I'm gonna have a lot of his artwork in this video. Super dope artist. The way he captures animal oppression and the injustices against animals is just absolutely amazing. So if you're not following him, definitely please start. So we're gonna start with something it's becoming a little bit more well-known because of us activists speaking out. I wish I would have known this growing up. I feel like I'm smart. I know how biology works. But society did do a great job of covering this up, that animals have to have had a baby in order to produce milk. And there's no family structure. There's no mom and dad finding each other and wanting to mate. Someone's going in there and doing that. And before they do that, they take what's called an electroejaculator and they shove that in the rectum of fathers to steal their semen. That's what's in that pipe. That goes in her vagina. The arm goes in her anus to hold her cervix in place. She's forced into motherhood. And if she has a daughter, her daughters they're entered into the same forced servitude as the mother. If she has a son, they sell them to auction. Males are completely useless in an oppression industry that exploits females in their reproductive system. So veal, they'll sell them for veal, which is the flesh of baby bulls. And then they do this to them over and over and over again, to the point where when they can't take anything from them, off to the slaughterhouse. You can just drink plant milk. All right, next up, when you're shopping for your detergents, you're shopping for your toiletries, your cosmetics, all that good stuff, you want to make sure the label says vegan and cruelty-free. Probably a year into being vegan, maybe 2. We didn't know. We thought cruelty-free just meant good to go. No, cruelty-free just means not tested on animals, but it could have animal ingredients. Vegan means no animal ingredients, but it could be tested on animals. So you just want to make sure you see both of those labels. When we first went vegan, I was probably emailing every week for certain things. And that's how I know the animals are winning, because I'm emailing less, and a lot of companies are putting those labels on there, and they're getting rid of that oppression and that violence, and they're incorporating more vegan and cruelty-free items now. So the animals are winning, but just make sure you're looking for both of those labels. All right, so you want to get your grown and sexy on. Nothing wrong with that. Just make sure you're doing it without animal oppression and violence. So casein could be used in the manufacturing of condoms. Casein is derived from the proteins in breast milk. And this is why I want to stress, veganism is not a diet. It's not about the climate. It's an ethical stance. So this has nothing to do with food. This has nothing to do with the environment. You want to make sure when you want to show love to your partner, yeah, that's all good. And it's all fine and dandy. Just do it without this, because animals are being killed for condoms. Just like there's vegan and cruelty-free brands out there. You just gotta Google it. I cannot help you with that. I don't know any. So, but just Google. It's out there. You just gotta make sure you're looking. It's a whole lifestyle switch. So just make sure you're doing your research, because you don't want to show your partner love with death and torture and violence and oppression and blood. Gross. And I've recently heard that they can use lamb skin in dildos. Babies and lovemaking. Absolutely gross. Check that. All right, so this one is kind of obvious, but we just want to make sure we're covering our bases here. So yes, we know that animals are oppressed and killed for their skins and feathers and furs for fashion, but you just want to make sure you're checking your labels for your furniture, for your linens, your pillows. You're trying to get your better homes and gardens going on. You're trying to get your home decor, trying to step your home decor up. Just want to make sure you're checking those labels. So, you got your office, you're trying to, rejuvenate the office, trying to get some new office furniture. You don't want no one in there. And, you know, when you're getting your pillows, you don't want to go to bed at night on someone's daughter. You don't want that. You're trying to get your Netflix and chill on, trying to get your new couch for your Netflix and chill nights. You don't want to sit on someone's father. You don't want that. You don't want to do that. So just make sure you're checking the labels. You want to check for like synthetic materials, faux materials, FAUX. You want to check for that. It's very easy to find polyester pillows. They're always right next to the cruelty pillows. They're always right there next to each other, always. And even for like comforters, sheets, blankets, all that stuff, they're right next to each other. So just make sure you're grabbing that non-animal abuse, non-animal oppression, and non-violent option. Make sure you're checking. Okay, I didn't discover this until a couple of months ago. Shout out to my bro SB. Put me onto this. Companies will use gelatin to glue and like to bind their toilet paper and their paper towels. Gelatin is derived from the skeleton, bones, tendons, ligaments of animals. We knew that they use that for like marshmallows and candies. Had no clue that companies were using that for toilet paper. Like, you can't even buy toilet paper without oppressing someone. God, thank God the company that we buy from. So if you have a Wegmans near you, I've already emailed them. Their toilet paper is good to go. Paper towels are good to go. But if there's a brand that you like and you don't know, you're going to have to shoot them an email. But it's just sad that animals have to endure what they endure for toilet paper and paper towels. So that's what I'm saying. This is not a diet. It's a whole lifestyle change. All right, so you want to get litty on a Friday, 5 o'clock, trying to turn up, or trying to turn up Monday at noon, whatever, 5 o'clock somewhere. You're going to have to make sure you're doing it without oppression and violence, because companies will use animals to filter their alcohol. Isinglass, that's named for fish bladder. They'll use secretions, gelatin. It's like... it's unbelievable. But Barnivore, it's my go-to. Just type in the company and it'll tell you if the booze is vegan or not. And this is a very reliable website because all the information is from the companies themselves. You just have to just make sure you're checking the date when the information was sent to Barnivore, because there could be an update. I've actually seen, like, if I'm looking at something and like 5 years ago it was vegan, and now someone just recently emailed them and now they've changed their ingredients and now it's not vegan. And if you type in a company that's not here, Barnivore gives you like a sample email. You just send that sample email to the company. Whatever they reply, send that to Barnivore and they'll post it on their site. So this is a very, very reliable source. So yeah, it's sad. It's sad what they do to these babies, man. It really is. But Barnivore, it's my go-to. It'll help you too. All right, something else we didn't know till a year or so being vegan. Bone char. It's where they take grounded up cattle bones and they filter their sugar for, like, I guess to make it whiter. Some disgusting, it's just ridiculous. So organic sugar is always vegan. You don't even have to look for that. It's just I think it's like a USDA thing. Always vegan. We use a brand called I think it's spelled ZULK, something like that. If there's a brand of sugar you like, they're not going to put bone char on the ingredient list, so you're going to have to send them an email, ask them about that. And this is for like items with sugar as the ingredient. Even if it's like a basic item that has like 2 ingredients or 3 ingredients, and it could be like spaghetti sauce, for instance, that has like tomatoes, water, salt, and sugar. If it's not organic sugar, you're going to have to email that company and ask them if their item is vegan, if they don't have a vegan label, obviously. Yeah, it's sad what this world does to animals for sugar. So just make sure you're checking those labels. We didn't know this, so when it comes to honey, it's not vegan. Do not let anyone tell you otherwise. Honey is not vegan. Bees are animals. Humans take from them, they exploit them, they kill them. And bees are not some magical animal where they just pop up. They have to force breed them. So I don't want to know what that looks like. Like, it's just a little small little baby. Like, it's a small little person. Like, and you're taking semen and forcibly impregnating female. It's just like, just ridiculous, man. It's gross. All of it is just disgusting. All types of animal oppression is just gross. And you don't need that. It doesn't belong to you. That's their food source. It doesn't belong to us. So you can just maple syrup, agave. There's options out there. Even if there weren't any options, it still is no justification to take that from them. Like I said, it's theirs. It's not for us to have, okay? So honey is not vegan. And they clip the wings off queen bees to keep the hive together. And there's no magical resort and spa for bees when they're done using them. They're killing them all. So it's not vegan. All right, so that's Entice's How the Hell Did I Not Know That? Going Vegan 101 class. Hope you took those notes down. And I just wanted to stress again, it's not just about a diet change. This is the whole entire lifestyle change. When you want to go vegan, when you're ready to go vegan, you're taking an ethical stance against animal oppression and violence. And every single choice you make, you want to make sure you're not contributing to those injustices again. So just make sure you're checking those labels. Feel free to DM us anytime. Google, let it be your right-hand man. It'll save you.